Hi everyone, welcome. Today's practice is going to help yoga practitioners learn how to step through from downward facing dog to low lunge with alignment. So if you have trouble getting your leg up into low lunge, needing to use another hand to bring your foot up so your knee is in line with your ankle, then this practice is going to help you become aware of what you need to do to get that foot forward. And there's quite a few things that you need to do. And we're going to be using blocks today. You don't have to have them, especially if you can step through in alignment. This practice will still help you create more stability and more strength and flexibility. So I just want to go through a few things that you need to have to be able to step forward. So the first thing is you need to be able to protract the shoulder blades. And we'll show that in poses. I'm going to call a pose called cat plank, where you're protracting the shoulder blades back. So we also need the mobility of the shoulder blades as well, so we'll work on that. The second thing is your core and finding that hollowing out, that engagement of the core that creates strength but also creates space so you can bring your knee through and your foot through to low lunge. Bringing that knee tight into your nose, using the core, also using the hip flexors. Along the lines of the core is torso compression, and we'll highlight that in ragdoll today. So again, bringing the torso towards the thigh bones. The fourth and fifth thing kind of go together. It's flexibility of the hamstrings, which we're going to do quite a bit of, and also flexibility of the posterior chain, the back side of your body. So we're going to unlock the posterior chain, create this engagement and this hollowing out effect. And then lastly is quadricep flexibility. If you're a big squatter, your quads are probably super strong, but the length in your quadriceps could be preventing you from bringing your foot through. So we're going to start this practice in Shavasana. If you have blocks, set them to the sides, and I'll meet you back here in a minute. You can let your feet fall to the side, let your hands come up to the sky, bringing your shoulders down. High flow. And just start your practice with a couple of deep breaths. So inhaling in through the nose if that's available. And then open mouth exhale. Clearing out all that old oxygen, all that old air in the lungs. 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Bring both knees into your chest. You can roll around on the lower back, roll out the ankles. Give yourself a little massage. Maybe roll out through the hips. And hug your knees into your chest and flex your toes. I want you to keep your lower back down. Bring your fingertips behind your ears and lift your head and chest. Keep the chin up to the sky, lower back down, and then driving the right knee in toward your nose, extend the left leg. Bring it back to knees to nose, right leg out. Still driving the left knee to the nose. Both knees together. Left, keep moving the right knee towards the nose, together, extend the right leg. All right, this time we're going to hold it a little bit, keep the head and chest lifted, keep driving your right knee towards your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees to the nose, stay lifted, alternate. Now left knee's going to drive towards your nose, flex your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down, bring your knees into your chest. Go ahead and extend your legs out. Bring your fingertips again behind your ears. Draw your lower back down, belly in, lifted head and chest. Now lift the legs. So you're in this low boat position, lower back's pressing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Extend both legs up your imaginary wall. You can roll out the ankles. Give your hamstrings a little massage. Maybe little mini scissors start to waken up the hamstrings. And then bend the knees. I'm going to have you roll back and forth. I'm going to have you come up and over your ankles and come into a position where you can sit on your knees. So come up and over. Now if you have knee issues, you can sit on a block if you want, or maybe even better for this is to sit cross-legged. But we'll start sitting on the knees. Nice alignment through the spine. Get rid of that. Just bring your hands, palms down on your lap. Big breath in, fill it up from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And then soften, exhale. Inhale the arms up. Bring your fingertips to your shoulder blades and really circle it out. Have the elbows touch, circles. And then switch direction, working that shoulder mobility we talked about as one factor in this step through. And then next time your elbows are reaching back, stay there. Keep pulling the elbows towards each other. Inhale the arms up. Bring your right hand down to your side and we'll go up and over. Side body stretch. Inhale up. Exhale. One more time, float it up. Right hand down and behind. Inhale up. Left hand down. Coming back up. Reach the hands behind you. Fingertips leaning back. Drawing the shoulders back. So this is retracting the shoulder blades, and then lift the hips up, stretching your quadriceps. So if your quadriceps are tight, it's hard to bend the knee enough to get that step through. Bring the hips back down. Now you can repeat what you just did, or we're going to go a little bit deeper into the quad stretch, more into a hero pose. So bringing it up, you can grab your calves. Pull the flesh of your calves away. You can move the knees apart a little bit. Maybe sit between the heels. If this isn't working for your knees, you can sit on a block. Just a little bit more intensity. Walk the hands back. Maybe come onto the elbows. And then maybe come all the way down into hero pose, reclined. Two more breaths. And then wherever you are, come back up onto the knees, but this time I'm going to have you tuck your toes under. Have a seat on your heels. It's going to be pretty intense for the toes, but just hang in there. This time the arms go up and back. Interlace the hands behind you. Press the knuckles towards the mat. Open your heart and chest. And then lift up off the toes. You can roll out your toes and ankles. Bring your knees together. Set your hips back down on your heels. And extend the arms up over. Well, they might not leave the lower back, that's totally fine. Release the hands to the lower back and then just let the arms fall heavy into this narrow child's pose. Go ahead and walk the hands around. We're going to come into a tabletop. And if you have the blocks, grab the blocks. So the blocks are just going to be extensions of your hands. I'll show you this way. You just want to make sure that you're able to come down into cobra from this position. So I'll show you that in a second. But right now we're just going to use the blocks, extension of the hands, the knees are underneath the hip bones. Start in a neutral spine. We're going to work that protraction of the shoulders into cat first. So stay still on an inhale. As you exhale, push into the blocks. Protract the shoulder blades. Draw the navel up and in. As you inhale, come back into cow. Well, come into cow. So drop the belly, pull the heart forward. Inhale here. Exhale, push into the blocks. Protract chin to chest. Inhale to cow. Exhale. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. All right, come back into a neutral spine. Build a little heat here. So tuck the toes under and just hover the knees. Make sure you're drawing the belly into the spine. You're going to inhale here. Exhale, hug the right knee into the nose. Inhale, bring the leg back. Exhale, back to the hover. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Left side this time. Inhale, send it back. Back to the hovering tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, hover. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Exhale, back. Back to downward, or back to hover. Pause here. Navel to spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees down wide this time. Send the hips back to heels. You can walk the blocks a little bit closer to you. Extend your arms out. Bring the palms together so you're in child's pose with reverse namaste. Couple of things here. You're stretching your triceps. You're also creating space in the middle of your upper back. Working those movements of the shoulder blades. Pressing through the sternum, opening through the sternum to create more space. Just a couple more breaths. Extend the arms back. And then go ahead and come back up into that tabletop shape. Set your blocks back where they were, top of the mat. And we're going to come into plank. And then I'm going to teach you cat plank. So bringing the hands on the blocks, come into your plank, nice and strong, right? Navel to spine, pull up through the kneecaps, engaging the quads. From here, cat plank, you're going to push into the blocks, protract the shoulder blades up. So that's protraction. Right? And just so you know the difference, retraction looks like this. So cat plank, push into the blocks, activating the core, rounding the upper back, activating that posterior chain, hollowing out the belly, strong hip flexors. All right, we're going to do it again. Inhale here, exhale, hollow out the belly, knee to nose. Inhale, send the leg back. Exhale, cat plank. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, cat plank. Push into the blocks. Lower all the way down. So your chest has space, elbows back. Press the toenails into the mat. Inhale to lift. So you can come part way. Just find a space that's nice for your lower back. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhale to lift. Stay up on the exhale, pushing into the blocks, creating that strength. You should feel your arms fire. Lower down, resting your shoulders on your blocks. Bring your arms to the sides. Your forehead or chin to the mat. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale. As you exhale, lift up, legs and arms, neck is long. Lift, use your glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Rest. We'll do one more of these, but you can rest the arms to the sides, resting the shoulder blades on your blocks. All right, one more time. Interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, exhale, lift. Everything lifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. Bring your hands back onto the blocks. Tuck your toes, and you can always come up to your knees, or you can lift your kneecaps and press it up to plank. All right, come into that cat plank. And then into downward facing dog. All right, so pedal it out just like you would a normal downward dog. Just have a little bit more height. Maybe if you're feeling that your heels are a little easier coming down to the mat. Let's pedal it out. Starting to work through the shoulders, broadening the collarbone. All right, coming into stillness for a moment. Bend your knees. Press your chest to your thigh bones. So retracting the shoulder blades. And then walk. You can leave the blocks where they are. Walk it back. We're going to start with a compression in this ragdoll. So bend your knees. Bring your torso to connect with your thigh bones. All right, from here, you're going to drop your head. And send your tailbone high. So it's real important not to have this rounding in the lower back. So send your tailbone high, lifting through your chest, trying to compress the torso to the thigh bones. Then let the head hang. From here, maybe grab opposite elbows. Keep pressing the hips high, keep neutralizing any roundness in the lower back. You can keep that little movement, right? Press the hips high, torso compress, let the head hang. You can rock from side to side, but keep your awareness on pressing the tailbone towards the sky. So we're opening up that posterior chain, the back side of the body, hamstrings all the way. No tension in the head and neck. You can feel what it feels like to rotate or swing a little bit. And keep making that adjustment, tailbone high. All right, bring the hands down. Let's walk it back. We're going to come to plank. Lower all the way down. Point the toes, inhale cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, high plank to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Now from here, I want you to come to the tiptoes of your left foot, right? You're going to start curling the upper back as you hug the knee into the nose as tight as you can. One more time. Inhale, right leg high. Curl it in, knee to nose. Now you're hollowing out the belly. See how much space you have here. And you're going to step the foot on the inside of the right block. All right, step it forward as straight as you can, or maybe it's bent, so it just depends. If you normally can step through to low lunge without any problem, I want you to practice stepping through with a straight leg. From here, we are going to straighten the leg, come into pyramid. Feel free to adjust your blocks up, right? If you need more space. You're going to pull the right hip back, the left hip forward, lift your sternum, and compress your torso towards your thigh bone. Lifting your chest, pressing into your thigh bone the best you can, trying to create that flat back. Keep inhaling as you lift through your sternum to lengthen, and exhale as you fold. 3 more breaths here. Let's really get into this hamstring. 2 more. And last one. All right, we're gonna back out of this just like we came into it. So I want you to push into the block, create that cat back, and hug your knee into your nose. Inhale the right leg high, knee to nose, and again, step it through. The leg is straight, bend it. Now make sure your feet have their own length, so you're in this low lunge position. Alignment-wise, knee over ankle. Your feet have their own lanes here. From here, let's work the hip flexors. Bring the left knee down, press your hips forward, pull your heart forward. Again, you can adjust the blocks, but we're pressing, lifting. Walk your hands up to your right knee, and then straighten your arms, creating space along the side body and the front. Let's bring the arms up, inhale, and press the hips forward, cactus the arms, squeeze. Now you're keeping your core engaged so your lower back is protected. Inhale, arms up, shift the weight back. Bring the hands to your blocks. And bend and straighten the front leg. So you're going to inhale as you pull forward, just in that crescent moon shape, chest lifted, exhale back. One more time and we'll come to the hold. Inhale and exhale. Drag your right heel towards you to square up your hips, and I kind of like to move my blocks back for a moment. Inhale as you lift, exhale, fold. Compression on the right thigh, tailbone sent back, chest is lifted. And feel free to bend your right knee a little bit. You certainly don't want to hyperextend it, right? And if it needs to be a little bit more bent because your hamstrings are tighter, that's where you are. So that's what you'll do. All right, let's go ahead and step forward into a low lunge. Keep the left hand down, inhale the right arm high. Pull up through your left kneecap, lean into your right glute and reach. Let's do some shoulder work here. So circles, like a backstroke, and then switch directions. And then holding the arms at 12 and 6, you can stay right here, or you can come into fallen lizard by coming onto the knife edge of both feet, super strong through the back leg. We're going to come up and around, all the way around to a wide leg forward fold. Grab the outsides of your feet and pull yourself down. So bend your knees here once you have the outsides of your feet. Send your tailbone higher and fold. Let the head hang. Bring the hands out under your shoulders. We're going to move into Skandasana. So bend the left knee. If you have any issues, you're going to stay up higher. If not, you can walk it all the way down. Curl the right toes towards you. Press your left tricep into your left thigh and inhale, right arm high, twist. Bring the right hand down, and then just walk the hands out slightly, and then release through your left heel. So you're gonna feel a stretch in your Achilles, which we don't often focus on, but if you let go into the left heel slightly, you don't wanna force that. Walk the hands back. We're gonna come back through that center line, all the way over to a right side, Skandasana. Big crack. Bring your right tricep on the inside of your right thigh, and then inhale the left arm high. Bring the left hand down, you're gonna walk the hands out, and then release through the right Achilles, let the heel fall. Walk the hands back in. So yogi's choice, we're gonna shift from side to side, Skandasana, left to right, and you can do so by walking with your hands side to side, or maybe a little more strength, you can bring the hands to the heart. Finishing up, evening out the sides. Let's come back to wide leg fold. Hands under shoulders, little halfway lift. Let's walk it around to the front. Low lunge, step it back. High plank. This time, if you'd like, chaturanga. But lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. High plank to downward facing dog. Working the left side. Inhale, left leg high. Come to the tip toes of the right foot. Slowly hug the knee into your nose. Cat back, round it. Draw the knee. Inhale, left leg high. Same action, knee to nose. Now this time, leg through, low lunge or straight leg, and then straighten the leg. So again, you can dial up the blocks. We're in pyramid here. Shifting the left hip back, the right hip forward. Inhale, lifting the sternum, and exhaling, folding over the left thigh bone. Compressing the torso to that left thigh bone. Noticing how this hamstring is different than the other. We notice that. Always trying to balance the sides. Inhale is length. Exhale, compress and fold. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. All right, lifting your chest, pushing into your blocks, protracting the shoulder blades, come back out, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high, knee to nose. Step it through, and we're coming to low lunge. Bring your right knee down. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. Using the blocks, press the hips down, peel the heart forward. So you should really feel it, the inner right groin, as well as your left hip flexor, the outside of your hip flexor. All right, keep your core locked in. Walk your hands up to your left knee. Straighten your arm, opening up the front side of the body. Keep that height. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale the arms up, and then down to your blocks. Floating a few times. Inhale, press the hips forward, lift the chest. Exhale, half splits or half Hanuman. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Hold it here. Slide the left heel back to square up your hips. You can adjust the blocks back. All right. Sending the tailbone back, lifting the heart forward, and folding from the left hip crease, bringing your belly towards your thigh bone. forward again into low lunge with your blocks. Right hand down, inhale, left arm high, and big circles. Switch directions. And then holding the left arm high, staying here, especially if coming on to fallen lizard hurts your knees. Super strong through the back leg. Or hip work. And then we'll come back around. This time we're not going around, but come into plank. Chaturanga is an option. All the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Plank to downward facing dog. Now you can repeat that sequence several times if you'd like. It's a lot of work. To finish off this short practice, we'll come into child's pose. Again, you can use the blocks, extending the arms forward, reverse namaste. Staying there, or again, repeating the work with the plank, down dog, knee to nose with the step through. So you can keep practicing that. And eventually you're gonna have the strength to do that without the blocks. Thanks so much for practicing. Let me know in the comments what you think and if you'd like to see anything in the future. Also, there is an article attached to the description of this YouTube that will break down the things that we just talked about in a little bit more depth. Thank you for practicing. Bringing your thumbs to your third eye. Be strong, be kind, and be brave. Namaste.